What's up, YouTube? Back at you with another one on today. This is Noble Sports Entertainment. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Do not miss an upload because on this channel we talk sports, period. And without further ado, we're going to cover DeAndre Hopkins, also known as D-Hop, one of the best premier wide receivers in the National Football League. What a phenomenal season. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, in 2020, DeAndre Hopkins was box office for the Arizona Cardinals, putting up and tying a career best 115 receptions, over 1,400 yards receiving, and had 6 touchdowns in the air. Now, definitely, I think that he'll probably have a little bit more touchdowns this season. I'll give him at least between 8 and 10 touchdowns this season. But I think the expectations are going to be through the roof for him as well, because this is a Cardinals team that is looking to contend to be in the postseason and eventually try to win a Super Bowl. I know Kyler Murray is in his 3rd season, and definitely every season he has gotten better, whether it's been the Rookie of the Year or being a Pro Bowl quarterback. Kyler Murray has been box office as well and been playing phenomenal football for the Arizona Cardinals. But there's a lot of receivers on the team, and I think that this year Kyler Murray will be spreading the ball out. You got guys like A.J. Green. You still don't know what's going to be the verdict on Larry Fitzgerald, whether or not he's going to retire or is he going to return in 2021. The verdict is still out on that. So hopefully we'll have an answer from Larry Fitzgerald whether or not he's going to return back to the team. But as of now, you got guys that they drafted like Rondale Moore. You have Christian Kirk. And you also have Keyshawn Johnson and Andy Isabella, guys like that on the team. But I think for DeAndre Hopkins, the expectation is always going to be through the roof because he is looked at as being a premier receiver, a #1 wide receiver in the NFL, and just that dude. You know, we saw that awesome play last year versus the Buffalo Bills, him mossing 3 guys in the end zone to get the win for the Arizona Cardinals. But this year, the expectations should be through the roof. This team should be able to compete and get into the playoffs. I think that's how you got to look at it for the Arizona Cardinals. It's playoffs or bust. But the #1 thing that I want to talk about is him being a leader on and off the field. Hopkins has pretty much been that guy that has been able to conduct himself pretty well off the field and on the field. And we just want to continue to see those things, those great things from him. You know, you don't want him getting in trouble and doing things that he should not be doing off the field. And you want him to be doing everything right on the field. So those are one things, especially being a leader on this team, because a lot of the guys are going to look up to him. And also A.J. Green, because he's a Pro Bowl and perennial wide receiver as well in his own right. But right now, D-Hop is the man. And #2, you're going to be thinking about how consistent his level of play is going to be this season. He needs to be consistent and playing with the urgency of being able to dominate out there. And I think that he will continue to do that and show why he's one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. A lot of people got D-Hop as the #1 receiver in the league. Some people think he's a top 5. Whatever you think that he may be, definitely he is a top 5 receiver in the National Football League. And the dude is really, really good. So I got to give him his props. And #3, you know, you want to see him continue to be that go-to guy. You know, you always have to have a guy that's your go-to guy. And I believe that D-Hop has pretty much established himself in Arizona as that threat and that #1 guy that you can always rely on and depend upon. You know, when you got a wide receiver like DeAndre Hopkins, who sometimes garners a double team, then you know that you got something there. And I think that D-Hop is going to have another 1,000-yard season of receiving. It may not be as high as last season with 1,400 yards. It may be 11 or 12 or something like that, or it could be 14, or it could be higher. Just depending on how this offensive line gels, how Kyler Murray is spreading the ball out and things of that nature, because you don't want him to overthrow to D-Hop either. You want to be able to see Kyler Murray spread the ball out this season. So I definitely think that DeAndre Hopkins is going to be that player that you're going to have to keep your eyes on. If you're a fantasy guy, you know that he's going to put up good numbers. Normally, Hopkins puts up great numbers. But I just want to see this team ultimately be able to get into the playoffs. That's where you make your money. That's where you get your bread and butter. Being able to get in the playoffs, being able to win in the playoffs, and hopefully they are headed in the right direction. I'm kind of iffy on how the Chase Edmonds and James Conner running back duel is going to be. But hey, I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm willing to give it a try. If you're an Arizona Cardinals fan, let me know. What do you think about James Edmonds? I mean, not James Edmonds. I'm sorry about that, guys. Chase Edmonds being the number one running back, or James Conner. Are you okay with that? Because you still got guys out there like Le'Veon Bell and Todd Gurley that could be a part of this team and help this team out. So just let me know in the comment section, what do you think about Chase Edmonds being the number one running back for the Arizona Cardinals, or James Conner being that guy? Who do you think garners that number one spot? So definitely, man, I think that D-Hop is going to have a phenomenal season in 2021. I think the best is yet to come. And I'm picking the Arizona Cardinals to make the playoffs this season. So I hope they live up to all the expectations. All right, guys, until next time, I'm out of here. Peace.